Starseed Geneaology class, guys. Come on in, share this video.
With angelic space gear, the sky god that travel in celestial paths, the bright stars. The father called his children. The children came down, began building a technology brilliant, flying stealth along the cosmic belt.
Come on in, y'all. Come on in.
The help disagreed and went for self. That's with the team of the Elohim. They came for Isis blood, the nine-world righteous.
What's up, y'all? What's up? Share the video. Share the video.
The right of the judge. Carry their creation across the darkness to the earth. They set up bases. One shot of laser and left craters in their faces. They had numbers.
What's up, y'all? Try to get y'all in here. Try to get everybody in this bid.
Storm like wizardry. The gods are beating the stars. There's a meaning. Who do you believe in? Angels or demons? Did man come from earth or somewhere in the universe? Who was here first? Unpure birth. Gods are beating. Giving birth to a race of reptilians in the base of a pyramid. Escape, create apes before the Genesis. Genetics.
Come on in, y'all. Come on in.
Kings were beheaded. Workers were murdered.
Come on in.
Scientists, reading of Orion's disc. Spirit kings put Zion at risk. Did your minds know this? Or Sumerians with the solstice. Fill the Vatican with explosives. Then there was war in heaven. The angels with spiritual weapons versus alien god legends. All brethren. Michael with his rifle. Anu and his disciples. Wars before the Bible.
Ooh, it's a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all. Come on in, y'all.
Digital network. Web search. Can you perceive God consort Eve while Adam slept after eating from the tree of knowledge?
How y'all doing? How you doing? Hey, what's up? Starseed Geneaology class. The children of the feline race of Sekhmet, Seshat.
He was born, and the verse is set. The cube is the net, the YouTube is the set. He chopped his body in 1,000 pieces, but the gods kept on increasing till they overpowered the region. Gods over evil.
Everybody share this video. I'll get it going right now for y'all. Let me pull up everything. Alright. Hi guys, I am Ia Asha'ea Rakapata, the artist formerly known as Inki, but I go by Dr. Ak F.N. Kinsu, the god of time. Alright guys, so today on our Starseed Geneaology class, trying to get this right here going, we're going to be talking about the feline species. So let me pull up a picture for y'all. Make sure y'all got y'all blunts rolled, y'all bowls packed, guys. Make sure y'all all are in attendance. I'm going to try to take my time with this one. Everybody charge up, take nice deep breaths and stuff like that. Just trying to get my tablet up and running. So feline. Trying to get y'all a nice imagery of this stuff here. So right now we're talking about Gene X Part 5, the feline race origins, okay? Come on, don't start tripping on me now. Get all these tabs open. Find it either. Why are we offline? All right, so I'm going to get into this. Let's go. All right, so the feline race origins. The feline species originate from Sirius A in Cetus constellations. Okay, they migrated here to Lyra after the Sawu Wars. Okay, Sa is the symbol meant for protection and also is the symbol of the soul, the oversoul, Sa. Okay, so this is when you guys hear me say Sa Ra. That means you are a son of a sun. Through the incarnation cycle of the sun and not the incarnation cycle of the moon, you are born again and able to reclaim your divinity on earth. We're going to get into a lot of different stuff. We're going to talk about cosmic games and stuff like that, the universal game. Okay, so the Sa symbol, which I'm trying to show you guys, if the internet will stop tripping. Here we go. The Sa symbol we go. All right, the Sa symbol. The Sa symbol is meant for protection of young life. This is the original symbol the Ak was modified from. Okay, the Sa or the Sa Ak. The Ankh is the key of reincarnation, life, death, immortality, and reincarnation, and the access to the reincarnation through the earth. This information I have gathered is from the Supreme Council of Ra-An and of the new colonies of Lyra and Vega. As I sit among them and stuff like that, you guys know. So this is the Sa-Ak, or the Sa-Ankh. Thank you, all 15 people. If all 15 people, before we go further, all 14 people, if all you guys could take your time in exchange of energy, in exchange of this information, take your time to share this video. All 14 people, if you could share this video, spread this information, that is all I ask in exchange for this teaching. Okay? So this information I have gathered from the Supreme Council of Ra-An in the new colonies of Lyra and Vega. Okay, what are the Lyrans? The Lyrans are a race of humanoids that have been in existence long before the history of Earth began. Okay, they come from many planets and they are associated with the star system. Now they are associated with the star system Lyra due to the timelines and things like that. We're going to get more into timelines, time alteration and stuff like that after we get out all these things, universal timelines, the 12 SSC tribes and all that stuff. Okay, they came from many planets associated with the star system Lyra. They are very human-like in their appearance. Okay, you would not notice a difference now between a Lyran and a regular human. They have seeded the planet long ago. There's information, like there's many information and misinformation, that these are Pleiadians now. This is in fact not true. Now we know that the Pleiadians are into time corruption. The Pleiadians are into DNA corruption because they themselves are the 13th corrupt seed of the Gigi. All right. So when you guys talk about the 12 bloodlines and you get to the 13th you are talking about is a corrupt bloodline, is a false bloodline. Everything is done in 12s. Okay? 12s. We're going to get into the 12 races, the 12 founders and all that good stuff. Okay, so where are we at? So as time, okay, has passed through the incarnation cycles, the felines have evolved into upright walking and retain their consciousness in their counterparts. All the lower forms of animals that you have now were walking upright. Okay, human is a cross between man or primate and a cross between another higher evolved species. This is what the X symbolizes. Gene X is essential to the genetic crossing. This is why you see Osiris or Osiris. When I am Osiris, you see me with my arms crossed, representing the paternal line or the matriarchal line of the X. Okay? So they were able to retain their consciousness with DNA from the bipedal mammal similar to an ape. And I'm going to post links and stuff like that and all those good things like that. So, the universal game. We incarnate into this planet as a part of a universal game. This is not a prison. This is a universal game. This is a school where we come to learn the mysteries of the universe. If your consciousness has trapped you to a degree where you still feel stuck, you are tapping into fourth dimensional consciousness. You're better at third dimensional consciousness at that point. Okay? So we reincarnate on this plane as a part of a universal game. Okay, the Devon feline is the realigning the reigning patriarch of the 90 Royal Avion or Avion classes and the Anu, which are a human species. Okay, these are your black melanated humans with the gold and stuff that you see. Those are your Anu. Those are for the children of Uranus. Because apparently Uranus gave birth to Saturn in the mythologies and stuff. That's all that other bullshit. Okay? These royal lines make up the Council of Om, or Om, the Council of the Universal Tones. Okay? So the House of Om, or the House of On, originated on the first Earth. The founders are the 12 beings who have come to create their own universal game. All right, I cannot see y'all things, okay? Universal games, right? These are souls that have completed, there are souls that have completed more than one universal game. The founders felt that it was best to invite beings who have knowledge of polarity integration, meaning that these are beings who are light and dark, and together they make gray. Okay, this is how you have gray aliens. Not all gray aliens are bad or whatever, but these are your gray beings. They are embodying both polarities for polarity integration. They are integrating these polarities within themselves for the ascension process. Okay, so the universal games that we have is so that your soul can evolve. Now, if 23 people could share this video, you could reach 3 other people. Okay, for every one person, 3 people. That means there's 3 other people that can be dealing with this information. So I ask everybody in exchange, continue to share, okay? Because when I tend to share these things, my page gets shut down for like weeks and months on end. Okay, so Earth is not a prison, it is a school, the school of universal mysteries. As we learn better through games, this is why we have the universal games, because we are all children of what? Om, the Most High, or Atun, the Most High. So the term royal was used to designate those families who had agreed upon to maintain pure DNA for upgrades in incarnation and genetic upgrades. So people think, oh, we're trapped in the incarnation cycle. Oh, this. No, you are coming into this carnation cycle so that way you can bring the genetic upgrades for humanity. So that way you can breed and bring that higher knowledge as you go up and you come back down into the body. You're embodying divinity. You are embodying that information. You are providing that information back into the earth. This is the difference between real ascension and false ascension. False ascension is selling you a dream that you will get off this planet, that beings are going to come here and take you off the planet. No, the beings come here to us because we are their elders. We have went through the incarnation cycle. We have went through the universal game. Therefore, we have become masters. Ma star, Ma tricks. Ma is the primordial goddess of land. You cannot spell Mayat without Ma. You cannot spell Tiamat without Ma. Tricks, okay? Tricks, you could take that back to the Sanskrit or Triox, or I can't really pronounce that shit because I don't speak Sanskrit. I can read and shit, but that means mother, the motherland. We are literally sitting on primordial land, primordial energy. Before the earth was out form and void, this is primal land. In order for you anything to be created or exist, you have to have a container for that energy. You have to have a place for that energy to flow. The universe or the earth is not a prison by the matrix. It is a prison by your mind. If you can master your mind, you can master the matrix, because all this is just blank space. All this, when you close your eyes, is blank space. And from there, you create, you landscape the realm that you were in. So if you will come to a consciousness, oh, this, you ain't ascended far enough within your own consciousness, within your own being, to get that you are the creator. You are the divine. You are the gods on earth. This is how it was, and this is how it will be, and this is how it always has been. Okay? Through reincarnation, through the avatar, through the body is where these things come to light. The above you is conscious, but it's unaware consciousness. It does not become active until you place your mind in space, until you realize that your mind is not just in space, you are the space within your mind. So master the 66 chambers of your mind. Master the 100 and some chambers within your body, within your entire being, and then you will master these things. This is why I say you will only get this information here. You will find remnants, bits and pieces that people chip off, might take off, run off, get famous with, whatever. But you're only going to find this here because I'm the only one talking about chambers. I'm the only one talking about that your chakras aren't just it. That you have chambers within those chakras, that you have chambers within your mind. People talk about the astral plane, but people don't talk about the mental plane, where telepathy and all these things engage in. People talk about protecting you spiritually, but they don't protect you mentally. A lot of people who are mentally ill, a lot of starseeds who are mentally ill, have not balanced their mental bodies. They have not balanced all these other parts of their being. This is why people come here. This is why masters come here, because we are not masters of just the universe. We are masters of the internal universe. We are masters of the internal self. So therefore, it takes a wizard to show you how to be a motherfucking wizard. Okay? And the wizard transcends time, space, and all these things. So the term royal house was used to designate those families that had agreed upon to maintain pure DNA for the upgrade via the reincarnation upgrades or whatever and stuff like that. Now, as I always do, I am the Prince of Asar, Asawu, and King of Earth. Okay? It's Sirius and Orion. I am from the royal bloodline of On, the Most High. When it says his begotten son, you are speaking to him. The royal also means those families who choose to take on the responsibilities to serve the community and serve the earth. This is the whole type about Christ bloodlines. This is the whole thing about Christ, the Christ consciousness, because when a certain individual embodies that energy, you can feel it. You can feel it glowing around them because you know that they have reached a state of divinity. They have reached a state where they know within themselves in the universe. Do you know who you are? Have you reached the divinity? Don't go chasing waterfalls, like Brother Panic said. I was watching this video. Don't go chasing waterfalls. You feel me? Because you can tell when a motherfucker is on their shit, when they have tapped into their ki, their chi, and all that, because they glow and they emit that aura. Look for the glow. Don't look for the teachings. Don't look for it just to get your mind jerked the fuck off. Look for the glow. This will tell you who the fuck is a master. All right? This will tell you. I learned this amongst these beings and stuff like that. This is why I don't be online like that and stuff. I come on, I say some shit, and I come off. Yeah, I might get a video here, a video there. That's because I'm studying with the very masters. Through the consciousness. Through these things, and I try to find things on the surface or whatever to help bring you these things. So the royal also means families, though, who incarnate. Family members are trained at birth to uphold the rights of their people in service. The people instead of the people that serve them. The king is the father of the people and bound by blood and oath to take care of them. The X is the genetic crossing with primates from Vega. Okay. So, in 2005, the studies found that chimpanzees are 96% genetically similar to humans, and cats are about 90% or 90%. They said that the Abyssinian, which is Ethiopia, right? Domestic cats are similar to humans. They said the Ethiopian cat or the Abyssinian cat is similar to humans. Let's talk about the Christ consciousness. Fuck it. If you look into real Christ, they said he was what? A cat-headed Moor or a cat head from what? Sirius. I met a guy that told me that was who I was. I met a guy. He told me the whole story. And when somebody tells you something and you know it has to do with your lifetime and it's real, it will click and it'll bring you right there and you'll have full memory of it. So when I speak these things, I'm speaking these things to activate the tachyons in your DNA. I'm activating you as I speak. My videos are not meant to be watched once. My videos are meant to be watched in repetition. Because the subconscious mind, in order to break the cycle of time, must go through repetition. It is a beast of habit. The lower self is the subconscious mind. The higher self is the conscious mind. The super higher self is the higher vibrations and refined thoughts of the mind. So, when you talk about Issa or Panthera or however you're talking about a Lyran or a Ra'an or a cat-headed species that embodied on the earth. When I say that when people think that they are Sekhmet, although there is one being that incarnates as Sekhmet, there's one being that incarnates as Tahuti. That being comes upon the earth. He broadcasts a signal to all his students, and thus those students begin to wake up. How do they wake up? I am Tahuti. I am Sekhmet. I am Inkai. I am fucking Asar. This is how they were taught, because when you were taught in the mystery schools how to reach their level of consciousness as their oversoul, because a god is an oversoul. A god on earth is an oversoul. A god on earth is the embodiment of all those souls that it incarnates with, but as the oversoul of those. So bits and pieces of that person's soul, or the fractals, are within these beings. Did you get that? Pieces and fractals of the gods are within these beings. So this is why you might get a person that's like, oh, I'm Sekhmet. You are, but you're not. You're not that full embodiment of that being, as to where there is a being on this planet Earth that walks this earth that is in the full embodiment of Sekhmet, Seshat. These are different forms of that energy embodying the earth, coming through the ley lines of the earth, and thus activating the earth 12D grid and shield. So you have these beings that embody all these things, just like Baron Somni, as I said, in the Gede family and stuff like that. There's one Baron with these other fractals. They're not aware of each other until the other one comes and say, "Hey, I'm me. You just studied under me." So you studied under the school of Sekhmet, under Sekhmet. Therefore, you're a Sekhmetian. You studied under the Temple of Asar. You're an Asarian. These are all just different priestly classes of celestial schools and things like that. So yeah, an oversoul is a divine spirit supposed to preserve the universe by encompassing all human souls. That's an oversoul. So what else do I have to say? So the Christ consciousness, or the Karas consciousness, that the Karas or the Christ is really just an aura that you obtain. It's really a state of divinity that you obtain, and you emit that. So this is why you see the Buddhas emanating that light around them, that gold aura, that light. When you see that light, that means they have reached a state of divinity where they could do certain things, alchemy and all these different things. So that's what that is when you guys reach that state of divinity, the Christ consciousness or whatever, the Karas consciousness. But you succeed that. You can reach the Brahma consciousness, all these things, these different various forms of consciousness is how you shift the gears in your mind. You learn how to shift the gears in your mind, you can shift to higher consciousness. Your body is a vessel. Your body is nothing but a car. I get into carbon nature. I incarnate into a nation. Okay? I get into a car, carbon body. I form into a nation, a tribe of beings who have the same genetic bloodlines and same genetic structures that I've set into place long ago through the X. So hopefully this is good information for y'all. Try to see if I can find some pictures. So I'm gonna show y'all some pictures of these before I go. I try to keep it nice, short, and sweet. I might do some I have runes, so I might do rune readings probably in between today and tomorrow. But I've been doing a lot of inner working. So, oh, and look, it's 112. The time. I was born 112. You want to look up the prophecy about me coming here? You can go to Psalms 112. You can read all these things where it says that they will come. There will be many Christ, not just I. There are many of us. It's 12 tribes, 12 tribes of the earth. We make up the shield, okay, of the earth. This is how everything is changing. This is how consciousness, welcome to the motherfucking new age. What, 2012? We were supposed to not be here. We've made it here. We have saved the timelines over and over and over again. People be like, oh, ain't this new Bureau was supposed to have been here? We said, stop that shit. This is why people like us come here to stop shit like that. Because the astral and the spiritual has the effect on the physical realm. So people like us incarnate, go back in time, and we can change these things. We can fix these things for the earth. Because we have these special abilities that we have acquired from winning all these universal games. So, let's go ahead. Feline race. Let's see. This is one everybody sees often. See? Thundercats. Y'all can find some synchronicities and similarities. Because as information comes into the reality, it begins to fractal and fragment. So, here we go. Let's see. Then there's one of Sekhmet. Let's see, here they go. You can see this in Sumerian too. Y'all just think that we got all these upright walking fucking creatures and shit walking around here for no reason. It's like, or on these walls and shit, these things really existed. They really existed. Like I said, when Moses tapped his staff billions of years ago, it changed and altered timelines because it caused a continental drift. So for every cause and effect, there's an effect. This is Moses. Boom! When he parted the Red Sea, that had to cause an effect around the entire universe, in the entire world, the earth. That caused the time shift. This is why your Bible and your literatures are all screwed up. This is why you can't chronicleize anything on the earth, because time has been changed and consistently changing. We keep changing it to save us. Okay? So, cat people, where we at? Where are they at? Gilgamesh holding the lion. The Lusua, as they called in Sumerian. Lusua, the cat people, or the clan of the ruler. Lusa, or Lusara. Got Sargon the Great. Hold on, where are they at? I had a picture of it. It's on my page. Cat people, Sumerian. Where are they at? Here go their DNA bag. The symbol of the DNA. But I have one on my page. Let's see, where's that cat people? Urk. But yeah, you got the time jackers out there. Where is it at? Look, this is the next one. We're going to be doing bird people. Y'all see the X, right? Okay. The bird people. Where they at? It's on my page. I posted it before. If I can't find it, oh well. So, yeah, it was on here somewhere. So yeah, that's basically my presentation for the day, y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in. Pay attention to my page. Probably gonna be going live. Probably, I think tomorrow. I'm trying to do this daily, but managing that in the whole ascension process and learning telekinesis and all these other cool things and stuff like that I've been learning. Trying to learn levitation. So that's a new one. Gotta lose a lot of weight for that one. So yeah, it's just amazing a journey, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about a video on some deep occult shit. Some deep occult shit. Talk about how Beyonce, Cardi B, all your favorite female rappers and male rappers, all these are ritualistic prostitutes. These, the highest people in the world, pay to have sex with Beyonce for rituals. Yes, they do. They pay to have sex with her clones as well. Some of them might own her clones. Who knows? The richest people in the world that you are not aware of and the freaky shit that they do. So we're going to be going into that, melanating harvesting, organ harvesting, inner earth, all that good shit. Just been taking the time to write them, get acquainted with those things and stuff like that. So all 22 people, thank you for sharing and watching this video. I'm Iya Ashael, or Asar Akhe Kensu, Dr. Kensu, if you want to call me that. So peace, guys. We're going to go ahead and slap something. Let's see. Ooh, the mole pen tablets. Alright, guys. Peace.
Yeah, crews sent to investigate the silence from the planet and have a lot of angels of Atlantis. What they discovered was each other, a band of brothers and sisters that resembled themselves, chemtrails, but they skin bare fins and scales. A new beautiful world, a digital heaven, nine crystal.
Oh, snap. Forgot, I gotta plug myself because ain't nobody else gonna plug me. I do this shit on my own. So I offer room readings, healing sessions, spell work, all the things that you can think of, all that razzle dazzle. I do it. Hit me up. The Extraterrestrial Witch Doctor, that's my business page. We got fantastic reviews. I have not had any bad reviews. Thank you. The work I do is amazing, although my clients may not understand my unorthodoxness of how I do things, but I do things the way I do things. And they get the fuck done. Word up, they get done fast and decently and in order. I'm very sharp when it comes to my craft. So I do all types of readings, palm readings, spell work, like all types of stuff. I even made a nigga hair grow. If you watching, hey, tell me how that shit going. I know you said you had one sprout of hair. Shit, it might be a full head of hair now. So you never know what a person can do. Shout out to all the priestly class and stuff like that tune here and stuff like that. Shout out to everybody. But yeah, check out my work. I'm gonna be doing room reading stuff live, more of those things, all types of stuff. So I do spell work, I do heavy work, I lift hexes, curses, I do gambling spells, I do it all. Like there's no limit to the type of stuff that I do. Which, like I said, what you think might be impossible spiritual wise is possible. Revenge spells, all that good stuff. So I do it. Hit me up. My prices are reasonable. They're sliding scale. They go from the smallest to the biggest. This is how I support myself. This is how I support my content. We're still trying to get on YouTube, but I don't have the means to get on there yet. I need equipment, need new phones, need these different things that I have to get in order for us to take this to the next level. So I offer all these services. Knowledge is free and given freely. That is the wealth of my information, and this is why I incarnate. But my gifts, my abilities are for me to be able to maintain myself. If we were in ancient times, think of Facebook as like the merchant shop. You go to that seer, this seer, this seer. Okay, well, this seer over here does these things, and I offer these services. This is why I offer my service, so I can do both and maintain myself and my family. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for spreading this information. And yeah, back to it. Peace. Had to plug myself. Oh, come on.
Scientists to know for their sector. While the astronauts recorded in their records, on board was a crew of doctors, professors that took pictures for their lectures. What happens next is disastrous. The landing crew was destroyed by an asteroid. Only two survivors, a man and a woman. The man was from the crew, the woman was from the planet that didn't see the asteroid coming. She nailed down and drawn in the sand so he can understand. She said her people called her land Idan, and that her name was Effa. From a planet called Earth, his face full of
Bobby Hemming said it probably was Kemet.
Woo!
Yeah, I better come to this channel ready to eat, ready to feed your motherfucking soul. Woo! We coming with raw energy in this bitch.
They changed the faces of Queen Kaina. I guess they didn't want the African features of Medina. They couldn't change the faces of Makiba, the Queen of Sheba, that made Solomon faint when he seen her. But that was a trick he had to think before he freed her. Alexander the Great, desire was to make his own invasions. After invasions of the Asians, he put his troops in all nations. After the villages start racing.
Peace.